To many, Masahiro Tanaka is known for his time in pinstripes. The Japanese import spent 7 years in the Bronx, and is regarded as one of the best Yankee pitchers this century. But how did he get there? His prolific rise to power in the land of the rising sun is something worthy of the storybooks and history books. This is the Baseball Time Machine. A standout pitcher in high school, Masahiro Tanaka was selected in the first round by the Rakuten Golden Eagles in 2006. The Eagles thought very highly of the teenager, giving him the number 18, which in Japan often denotes a team's ace. Tanaka claimed the Pacific League Rookie of the Year award in 2007, and only got better as time went on in NPB. He received global attention through international play, tossing 7 shutout innings in the 2008 Summer Olympics, and making a few appearances for the World Baseball Classic winners the following year. Masa earned his first Sawamura Award in 2011, Japan's version of the Cy Young. He posted some incredible numbers, leading the league in plenty. Through his first 6 seasons of professional ball, Tanaka had won double the games he lost, fanned over 1,000 batters, and posted an ERA just over 2.5. He finished the 2012 campaign winning his final 4 decisions, allowing only 4 runs in his last 7 starts. He was playing elite ball, but would take things to another level in 2013. As rumors swirled that Masa would leave Japan for the States at the end of the year, he and Japan returned to the World Baseball Classic. He wasn't the sharpest, especially compared to his counterpart Kenta Maeda. Both were being scouted heavily, drawing comparisons to the likes of Matsuzaka and Darvish. Japan couldn't pull off the three-peat, falling to Puerto Rico in the semifinals. With standards so high, there were feelings of disappointment, but Masahiro Tanaka was about to embark on an expedition like no other. See for yourself. Tanaka opened the season at home with 7 innings of 1-run ball, en route to an 8-2 Golden Eagles victory. Rakuten moved to 2-0 with an easy win over the Fighters. He held rookie right fielder Shohei Ohtani hitless, punching him out twice in the Tokyo Dome. The lone run surrendered was unearned. Despite yielding what would be a season-high 15 hits, Masa held his own for 8 innings, earning his 3rd win of the season. The offense came up big, scoring 9 runs on 14 hits, providing plenty of support. In Tanaka's 2013 starts, the Golden Eagles averaged about 6 runs per game, best in the Pacific League. His first month of the season brought a 3-0 record with 21 strikeouts and an ERA under 2. Masahiro Tanaka began the month of May with a gem, tossing 8 innings of 1-run ball while fanning 10. His first double-digit strikeout performance of the season, it provided a great opportunity to show off his devastating splitter, one that Baseball America considered best on the planet. Tanaka's 5th win of the season came on the road against the Fighters. To start the season, the Golden Eagles were 3-0 versus the Fighters with Tanaka pitching, and 0-4 otherwise. The Golden Eagles' 2 hottest offseason pickups, Andrew Jones and Casey McGahee, brought the pop in their 7-3 win over the Bay Stars on May 14. Rakuten had won 7 of their last 8. His first of 8 complete games in 2013, Masahiro Tanaka was golden in Rakuten's 2-1 win over the Giants. He shined in the month of May, going 4-0 with 38 Ks in as many innings. Masahiro was stellar at home against the Chunichi Dragons, tossing 9 innings of 1-run ball. The game went 11, ending with a walk-off from his battery mate Motohiro Shima. From here, Tanaka would take things to the next level. He embarked on a run of 42 consecutive scoreless innings over 6 starts, which bled into a streak of 4 straight complete games. His mound presence at this point was otherworldly, and his play would only continue to gain the attention of those around the country and across the globe. Masa's run of 42 scoreless frames began with 7 stellar versus the Giants. Rakuten moved to 9-2 in Makuten's starts. His first complete game shutout of the 2013 campaign, Masa's last 14 decisions were all Ws. He moved to 10-0 on the year thanks to 7 shutout innings and plenty of offense. The Golden Eagles put up 11 runs on 22 hits, thrashing the Lions on the road. His Ks were down in June, but his ERA was a minuscule 0.28, and Rakuten went 4-0 in his starts. Makuten's scoreless streak stretched into July with 8 shutout innings against the Lot Marines. He had been incredibly efficient with runners on all season. Opponents were literally hitless with the bases juiced, and below the Mendoza line with runners in scoring position. Tanaka continued his dominance over the Fighters with his 2nd complete game shutout of the season. To this point, he led NPB with a foolish 1.35 ERA. His scoreless streak came to an end on July 16, but his run of dominance showed no signs of slowing down. He went the distance again, fanning 8. Rakuten moved to 14-2 in games he began. Another trip to the mound, another complete game for Masahiro Tanaka. He finished the month pitching 35 of the possible 36 innings in his outings, going a perfect 4-0 again. Through over 130 innings, he'd walked only 20 batters. No one was better at finding the zone than Makun. A season-high 12 strikeouts fueled Tanaka and the Golden Eagles to a 4-1 win. Masa had Ohtani's number, setting him down on Ks 3 times. Now 15-0, it had been almost a full calendar year since his last defeat. Masa brought some of his best stuff to the SoftBank Hawks, tossing 7 shutout innings. At least 4 scouts were in attendance to witness the gem, including one from the Yankees. Over in the United States, Detroit's Max Scherzer was having himself a stellar season, comparable to Tanaka's in Japan. Both began the season with long winning streaks, started their All-Star game, and had similar numbers to that point in the campaign. It raised questions about how Masa's play would translate to the bigs. Major League Baseball is seen as the ultimate challenge for the best in Japan, and Tanaka was running out of things to prove in his native land. Only his third double-digit strikeout performance of the season, the victory moved Masa past Kiyoshi Matsuda and Kazuhisa Inao for the most consecutive wins in Japanese baseball history. Eagles reliever and former Dodger Takashi Saito couldn't believe what he was seeing. Above all though, Tanaka was just happy to start the series with a dub. 3 days later marked a year since his last loss. 21 wins, 0 losses in 365 days. Nothing short of unbelievable. It had become almost an expectation for Masahiro Tanaka to deliver a gem, and that's exactly what he did. 7 shutout innings and another win for the Golden Eagles. The hype swirling around Tanaka was growing with every pitch. The number of scouts in attendance had doubled from 4 to 8. Rakuten closer Darryl Rasner, who spent a few years with the Yankees in the mid-2000s, was buying stock in his 24-year-old teammate. Following a win to close out August, Masa and the Golden Eagles faced off with rookie Shohei Ohtani, who towed the slab for the fighters. Tanaka outdueled the two-way phenom, going the distance to earn his 20th win of the season. 11 Ks on the night were one off his season high. He hadn't allowed more than 3 runs in any of his last 30 starts. Masa was doing things not seen in decades. In one last full-length effort, Tanaka and Rakuten inched one win closer to securing the best record in the Pacific League. It was his 25th straight positive decision, passing the Major League mark set by Hall of Famer Carl Hubble back in 1936 and 1937. The Golden Eagles advanced 24-1 in Tanaka's last 25 starts with a 7-3 win over the Fighters. His importance to the team was always emphasized the day after, as they were 10-15 the game following on Makun Bump Day. His 7.3 WAR led all NPB pitchers. On the brink of winning their first Pacific League title, Rakuten sent out Masahiro Tanaka for the 9th to record the save. Despite allowing 2 base runners, he got the job done, securing a 4-3 result in favor of the Golden Eagles. To that point, it was the biggest win in franchise history, and Masa was on the mound to finish it. Remarkable that 6 innings matched his shortest start of the season, but the Eagles' offense was able to save their ace's arm a bit with a thrashing of the Fighters. There was a vast interest in Tanaka's services over in MLB, with nearly half the league coming to check him out to this point in the year. The final game of the regular season, the Golden Eagles went to the well one more time, and there was still plenty of water waiting for them. 7 innings of 1-run ball, another offensive onslaught, and Masahiro Tanaka had completed a campaign for the ages. 24 wins, 0 losses. There's a chance those in the present day will never see such a dominant performance again. Overall, Rakuten went 25-2 in Masa's starts. He finished with a 1.27 ERA and 183 strikeouts in 212 innings. He tossed 8 complete games, 2 of the shutout variety. He was 34-4 over the last 2 seasons, and there was still more baseball to be played, with Rakuten reaching the playoffs for the first time in 4 years. He opened the final stage of the 2013 Climax Series with a complete game shutout against the Lot Marines, asserting his dominance with 9 Ks. The best-of-5 series reached Game 4 with the Golden Eagles just 1 win away from reaching the Japan Series for the first time in franchise history. It was a back-and-forth contest, but they entered the 9th up 8-5. Like the division clincher, Masa came on for the save. He delivered, recording the final 3 outs to send Rakuten to the big dance. No matter what happened next, it had been a magical year for the Golden Eagles, and Tanaka was at the forefront. The Yomiuri Giants took Game 1 of the 2013 Japan Series, but the Golden Eagles were able to bounce back with Masahiro Tanaka on the mound for Game 2. He outdueled rookie Tomo Sugano, allowing only 1 run in a 9-inning effort. The next day, Masa won his 2nd Sawamura Award. There was no one more deserving, with his numbers overpowering and his unprecedented winning streak captivating the baseball world. He was ecstatic to receive the honor, and legends of the game were in awe of his ability to win ballgames. Rakuten took 2 of the next 3, putting them 1 win away from history. Celebrating his 25th birthday a day prior, Masahiro Tanaka took the mound for the potential clincher. It would be his last start of the season, and likely his final appearance in Japan. 26-0 between the regular season and playoffs, 2013 had been one heck of a year for the Eagles' ace. But shockingly, he couldn't finish the job. The Giants tagged Masa for 12 hits, their 4 runs being enough to force a Game 7. It wasn't without a grand effort from Masahiro, who stayed in the entire game, tossing 160 pitches. He pitched as if it was his final game in Japan, giving it his all. Nonetheless, the streak was over. It was an unforgettable run. There was no time to dwell on Game 6 and the death of Tanaka's streak. The deciding 7th game was the following night, with everything on the line. Rakuten made the most of their early opportunities, scoring 3 runs in the first 4 innings. Manabu Mima was great, allowing only 1 hit across 6 innings on the mound. Following 2 shutout frames from Takahiro Norimoto, the Golden Eagles sat 3 outs away from their first title. In Japan, it's considered an honor for the #1 pitcher to be on the mound for the final out, and Rakuten's manager, Shinichi Hoshino, especially wanted Tanaka to have the privilege after his record-setting season. Being the competitor he wanted that shot at redemption. So what if he threw 160 pitches the night before? There was history to be made. Masa came on for the night, much to the satisfaction of the home crowd. The night brought redemption for the A's, who closed it out and earned the Rakuten Golden Eagles their first Japan Series title. They defeated the 22-time champs, writing the ultimate underdog story. Masahiro Tanaka was on the mound for the last out of Rakuten's 3 biggest wins in franchise history. He was the hero Tohoku needed. A few weeks later, Tanaka received 3 separate certifications from Guinness World Records. It was a big deal, especially since it culminated with a title. The next day, he unanimously won Pacific League MVP. Rakuten became the first unanimous winner in over 75 years, and joined Hisashi Iwakuma as the only Eagles to earn the award. He was also a unanimous Best 9 selection. From this point on, focus shifted towards Masa's future, destined for the United States with Major League Baseball. 2013 free agency featured a weak pitching class, making Tanaka a must-have arm for several teams. Nearly half the league had scouted him at some point throughout the season, but they were a clear set of favorites. However, there was one obstacle that needed to be overcome before Masahiro took on America. MLB and NPB were having trouble creating a new posting system. The delay coming to an agreement could mean that Tanaka would be stuck in Japan for one more season. It took over a month, but the 2 leagues finally reached a deal. A 3-year agreement, NPB teams could set a price up to $20 million for a player. Almost immediately, Tanaka expressed to the Golden Eagles that he was interested in taking his talents to the bigs. Selfishly but understandably, they didn't want to let him go. Not only were they a better team with Masa in the rotation, but the team could have made a lot more money in the previous posting system, an estimated 3 times the $20 million cap. Interest in Rakuten never wavered, despite his posting being up in the air. A week passed, and it was a very Merry Christmas for the world's hottest hurler, who was notified that the Eagles intended to post him. The pitching market was frozen waiting for Rakuten's decision. The posting period opened 2 days later, giving teams 30 days to negotiate with Masa and his team. His agent was Casey Close, longtime agent of Yankees captain Derek Jeter. Day by day, teams dropped out of the race. The Texas Rangers were out on Tanaka after signing Shin-Soo Choo. The Washington Nationals and Boston Red Sox exited the fray once the price increased. Now into the new year, Masa began to schedule meetings with teams, originally planning to meet with about 10 clubs. He met with the New York Yankees on January 8th, who spent 3 hours selling him on the city and the team. According to GM Brian Cashman, the Yanks had scouted Tanaka since his rookie year. Hideki Matsui gave them some help on their presentation, a Japanese baseball legend who spent 7 years in the Bronx. New York had had some mixed results with their Japanese imports, but Matsui was by far the best to that point, most notably winning World Series MVP in 2009. The Yanks needed someone like Tanaka in their rotation following the loss of 3 arms and CC Sabathia having the weakest season of his career in 2013. Hal Steinbrenner and Cashman were committed to getting their guy, and followed through. 2 weeks after their meeting, the Yankees and Masahiro Tanaka agreed to a 7-year, $155 million deal. It was the highest international contract at the time, and 5th highest for a pitcher. The Japanese phenom was officially a major leaguer. Tanaka made his MLB debut on April 4th, 2014, making a strong impression in a win over Toronto. He earned an All-Star selection his rookie year and finished 5th in AL Rookie of the Year voting. He received Cy Young votes in 2016 after a year in which he accumulated a career-high 5.2 WAR. Tanaka time was a fan favorite in New York. He reached another Midsummer Classic in 2019, despite an overall weaker season compared to others. Masa won 10-plus games in each of his 6 full seasons. Prior to 2020, he was an outstanding playoff performer, with his ERA sitting under 2 in 10 starts. Injuries began to get the best of him at the back end of his contract. As Tanaka hit free agency after the 2020 season, the Yankees moved in a different direction, signing Corey Kluber and trading for Jameson Taillon. There was no better time to go back home, as the Golden Eagles were waiting with open arms. He inked a 2-year, $18 million deal with a club that made him a legend 7 years previously. Overall, his numbers in Major League Baseball ranked towards the top among Japanese pitchers. After returning to his native land, Masahiro Tanaka spent 3 seasons with Rakuten, pitching below average ball as his career slowly began to wind down. He won a gold medal with Japan at the 2020 Olympics, and recently signed a deal with the Yomiuri Giants, the team that he beat in the 2013 Japan Series and the team that's considered to be NPB's equivalent of the Yankees. If he can handle the Big Apple, the Tokyo Dome should be no problem. It's often said that the journey can be more meaningful than the destination, and in Masahiro Tanaka's case, that rings true. Yes, he reached Major League Baseball and had a fruitful career, but he became a superstar in Japan. His 2013 season goes down in our sports history as one of the most incredible and impressive pitching displays ever. This has been the Baseball Time Machine. Thanks for traveling with me.